everyone. So thanks for tuning in. So I've tried to make everything as quiet as possible in the house. Waited for the washing machine to be done. Turned off the dehumidifier. Heater won't be coming on. Of course, my kitty cat will probably be meowing. She's back there. I think you can see her face right there. She gets a little bored. But I just wanted to focus on my intention to be of benefit to others, in whatever way possible. As we breathe in and out, maybe you could find that within yourself as you feel the air passing inside of your chest. And for me, when I feel the air passing inside of me, all the way at the bottom of the out-breath, sometimes it feels like there's a little curling up down below the diaphragm. Curls up just for a second and then curls back around and comes back out the main passageway. Whatever works for you to help you visualize or just to be with the breath and with your body. I did have the idea of saying a thing or two. Whether I can deliver the thoughts adequately, I don't know, but I always want to do so in the most mindful manner I can. That is to say, being in touch with my body as I speak, being in touch with my breath, monitoring my brain, and allowing some decent pauses for my brain to just come up with the next thing to say, if anything. That's how my brain works, I guess. Some people can talk for a long time without slowing or stopping. Not me. And I really like the cadence of the Dharma teachers I've heard who talk slowly, invite me into their body space. I think they have a very expansive body space. They're living in silence, freedom, and peace. And the silence, freedom, peace emanate from them as they talk. I've heard some teachers described, or a set of teachers that the way they are is the teaching. It's not what they say. I think that's true of pretty much everything. Parents and children, their kids. We all know kids respond to what we do, not what we say, and how we do it. If we tell our kids, don't be in a hurry, but yet we're constantly running around with hurried energy, you're getting frustrated because of our hurry. The hurry will show in our actions, the way we move our hands and body, walk. That energy will be picked up by the kids. They'll be kind of afraid by that. That will make them unsettled and anxious. So let me ring the bell since I'm holding it here for nearly 7 minutes now. So welcome, dear friends. It's my intention to be of service. Maybe by listening to me, your body can find some relaxation. So just find a peaceful, easeful position for your body. Or if you're walking, do so slowly. There's nowhere to go, right? There's nowhere to go but right here. Nothing to be accomplished. So the thing I was thinking about was information, knowledge, and truth. And this being about 2 weeks out from the U.S. election, after the election of 2024. I think a lot of us find ourselves in this conundrum of believing that we know the truth, what really is true. And then we see maybe our relatives who believe things completely opposites, but just as fervently. And I see myself in this situation. And I've wondered what to do many times. How do we convince, which means to Latin, to win, to defeat, basically, to defeat the person, convince the person of what we think. And in a way, it seems like, well, but we are right. This is true. What they believe is completely made up. And maybe that's true. I really, it probably is true. But how many years have we been going down this road of us having the truth and them not, and quarreling about it? So after I had a conversation with my father, and he's on the opposite political spectrum of me, and I heard him describe these conspiracy theories. And it was a good call. It was a good conversation, but he did say some things that sounded ludicrous to me. They just couldn't possibly be true. So after the conversation, I got to thinking, or meditating on it. It seemed like continuing to fight him on these conspiracy theories, like trying to send him a bunch of articles debunking his view. I mean, we know that's not going to work. And it would probably lead to further schism between us. I suppose I could just adopt his view, even believing that it's untrue, just join him on the other side there, so to speak. That would resolve the conflict. But that's obviously not right, is it? It's kind of impossible even to just take on a belief that I don't believe is true. So the only route left that I could think of would be, I don't want to say think, I'm sorry. The insight I had was what needs to be relinquished to resolve the conflict is information. So what does that mean? Relinquish information. Because everything that we get, any information that we have politically, comes from second and third party reports, things that you see on the news, on Twitter, or Reddit, or Facebook. And in a sense, like in a Buddhist perspective, those are all concepts. Those are all ideas. I, sitting here in this room, have no idea what's happening in Washington, D.C., or San Francisco. The only knowledge I actually possess is what I can see with my own eyes, feel with my own skin, etc., in the senses, in this moment, in this room. Everything else is a concept, an idea. And that's not to say to jettison everything necessarily, but we can at least notice how, in a way, information is war, information, knowledge, thought is suffering, just at its root level. Like if you see a tree and say, oh, that's a tree, or that's a maple tree, you're already in conflict with what's actually there, which, of course, based on, if we think of it as its suchness, there's no such thing as a tree, right? We all, Buddhist practitioners, know that. So when we think tree, that's a tree, we've already created conflict. There's already a tension there. This makes me think of the Garden of Eden story, where Adam and Eve are in the Garden of Eden, which can also be called the Kingdom of God, the ultimate dimension. It's a place of freedom where nothing is wrong. I've been in the ultimate dimension before, on meditation retreats, and maybe once or twice other times. So I know it's a real thing that exists, so to speak. Like, obviously it's right here, right now, all the time. But I know the ultimate dimension firsthand, the Garden of Eden. But when we take a bite of the apple of knowledge, of naming things, the whole beauty, the three-dimensionality of the world collapses. We find ourselves thrown out of the Garden of Eden. We no longer see the amazing vitality of everything. Every tree, every rock, every mailbox, just shining with its own beingness. When we walk thrust out of the Garden of Eden, mind filled with concepts, thoughts. We just see another tree and another blue mailbox. There's another thing that Vinnie Ferraro once said, and I think he was quoting somebody else. He said, this person told him, "Do you want to be right or do you want to be free? Do you want to be right or do you want to be free?" He said when he heard that, it was like a blow to his chest, or he wanted to punch the guy in the chest. I think we can feel in ourselves how giving up being right does immediately feel freeing in our body. And if you have some political stance or view, do you feel that in your chest? I can feel that around my heart. And if you can let that go, just say giving up on being right. I don't have to be right. Just feeling how the chest opens up. More space is made there. And I don't want to say either that we just allow anything to happen in the world and don't, there's an atrocity happening in the next town over and we just say, oh, I don't know. It's not in this room, so I don't know. But we could, and this is a koan, I don't have all the answers. But maybe we could go to the next town over and see for ourselves. And then react accordingly from what we see with our own eyes. I do know that I see two parties ready to start going to war, killing each other over concepts. So I do feel like taking a look at letting go of concepts is an important thing, at least to consider, to play with in our practice. So we're 25 minutes in. maybe we should just move on to more true meditation. I'll do my best to guide a little bit. I've got the bell. Just to show you, I do have an audience here today. So, got sheep and Foxy. That's my audience. They're impressed. They're impressed so far. Okay, so I'll ring the bell. Okay. So just to invite you into my space, and also just offer a prayer that we maybe find some solace, some opening. We may be in touch with the ultimate dimension today in some way. Where we know everything is perfect. Perfect in the sense that it is just the way it is. And we can feel that a little bit as we breathe in and out. Like, oh. Actually, the breath is perfect right now. Another thing I heard this morning was the phrase, no quick fixes. The practice doesn't offer a quick fix for our lives or a pill that just you take it once and everything's good. And somehow that feels really good in my body to know that it's not quick. That the practice is slow. Slow. Each breath, one at a time. Moving slowly. It's like the way that the mountains rise. 1 inch per year. And of course, over many millions of years, they thrust ever higher into the sky. And the mountains have no hurry to them. In fact, they rise up only to be gradually destroyed, turned to rubble, turned to rocks, turned to dust and sand. And as we breathe in, breathe out. You can feel our body rising up big and strong, like a mountain. And we can feel our body crumbling, falling apart, turning to dust, sand, pebbles. Turning to a fine silt that's swept away along the streams. Entire notion of our body broken down, bit by bit, piece by piece. The notion of a body lying like a dead mountain, many tiny rivers running through it. Bits and pieces breaking off. Sand, dust. And following the river, we make our way down. Further and further down from the highlands, the high altitudes, down. Lower and lower. finding an escape from pride and vanity, clutching to views of self as we go lower, lower, down the river, towards sea level, toward humility. And coming down to the level of passing through the jungle. The river is big and wide, very calm. Moving very slowly, but with a lot of power, energy. And feeling how in our body we have that calmness, but yet great power. In our very humility, we have an incredible power. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Almost imagining that you're walking through the forest come upon a giant, ancient being. Maybe it almost appears to be a statue, towering over the treetops, lying down on its back, hands on its chest. And you think it's immobile until you notice very slow breathing. This ancient creature really is alive. It breathes so slowly. And you watch its chest slowly, slowly filling, rising. And you watch its chest slowly, slowly dropping. Slowly rising. Slowly dropping. And this statue, this giant, may sleep for 1,000 years. And we can be like the giant. We can feel the energy of the giant permeating us through our porous skin. The energy is an energy of such peace, even in sleep. Even in sleep, you can see and feel that the giant is the kindest, most compassionate being you've ever felt. And you can feel entering in permeating through your porous skin. The kindness, compassion, the love of this giant being. And sitting, basking in this love, this powerful love that doesn't shy away. We feel ourselves changed. We feel ourselves letting go of any of the fear we had. Fear that would prevent us from helping the world. Fear dropping away from us like shackles and chains, locks, heavy armor. Hundreds of pounds of weight falling at our feet. As our heart grows more and more. And we feel ourselves stepping so lightly, so freely, as we walk to the town. Our feet touch the trail, the earth, almost like a piano player's fingers touch the keys. Delicacy and grace, mastery. Our feet caress the earth as we walk, like a piano player. Playing the earth. carrying this love and this peace within us that the giant has offered. We enter the town. And there we see a sad child crying. No one helping the child. Our heart full of love, we kneel down, putting our arm on the child's shoulder. We see the child's face with tears running down. And we offer ourselves. We give a huge hug. Just offering everything we have to this encounter. Every bit of love from our freed heart going into this encounter with this child. My kitty is here. And tears may stream down your face as you feel the beauty and the joy of this embrace. You feel the sadness of the child. You feel the beauty of giving your whole heart to helping just by being. You feel the beauty of the fact that what's happening in this embrace with the child has nothing to do with you. It's simply the bursting, exploding love of the universe. Love, a love so big and powerful that it dwarfs you. Just feeling, basking in this infinite love. So big it washes you away like a tiny speck. It absorbs you like a single drop of or molecule of water is absorbed into the ocean. You and this child hold the embrace. The child still feeling the child's pain. And feeling the ultimate love of the universe, infinite in size. Okay, I think that's good. I hope this was helpful to someone. And I will end. I hope you have a great day. I hope to be back soon.